Welcome to Little Bighorn Treasure Hunting Sources 52. Today I'll make the case for Custer ordering his men to mark their firearms and equipment with their names, initials, and the company they served in. This has been a repeated question, so here's what I've put together. Custer, in his time at West Point, was one of the cadets, and they were all ordered to mark their guns and equipment. That way, if they were found dirty or out of order, punishment was administered. When Custer was catapulted to Boy General in the Civil War, he required his troops to also mark their weapons and items. He also began the practice of each company riding a different color horse, so in battle, he knew which company was where. After the Civil War, the 7th Cavalry was formed, and Custer chased Indians all over Kansas, eastern Colorado, southern Nebraska, and throughout the late 1860s, not catching any of them until he had the Washita massacre with a friendly tribe. He had a severe problem with desertion and had more than 30 at one time desert. The news of the gold discovered in Montana had a much greater appeal for the troopers than chasing all over Kansas with Custer. Custer ordered them followed and captured. Only 3 were caught, and all 3 were severely wounded. Once again, Custer made sure that his troops' guns and equipment were marked so he could prove theft of government property. In the book Custer's Luck by Edgar I. Stewart, page 470, I quote, "His contention is supported by Godfrey's further assertion that the Indians had taken everything of value except for an occasional undershirt or pair of socks, and that here the names have been cut out." So they even marked their underwear. The book Custer's Luck is a very well researched, and it sounds like everything truly was marked. So let's take a look now at some of the weapons that have a trooper's mark, and most have been shown in previous videos. We'll start with 1873 trapdoor, Springfield trapdoor, serial number 17,653. This one here. This was issued to Andrew Connect, and he was with Company E. He was killed at the Little Bighorn. It was taken by One Horn, who was a Cheyenne chief. Next is the trapdoor 1873 carbine, serial number 21,908, issued to Samuel Seaver's Company H, as you see here. And it was taken by Long Bull, who was an Oglala, after severely wounding Seavers with his tomahawk in both of his thighs. Long Bull thought he had killed him, but he just severely wounded him. And then here's an 1873 trapdoor, and this one here is in just unbelievably good condition. It is serial number 34,146, issued to William A. Smith, Company B, and it was taken by a Yanktonian, and his name was Laughing. And the history is he rode up to Smith and hit him in the face with his stone war club and grabbed the carbine as Smith rode away. Smith survived. And then trapdoor carbine, serial number 37,395. This has Thomas T. Finnegan, who was a private in Company F. His name was on it, but if you see here, it's been cut on and then tried to scrape off. I don't know if the Indians did it, but I don't have a history on that yet, other than what he was able to get. Many Roads was able to get off of that for me, and he told me that that particular gun was issued to Private Finnegan, Thomas T. Finnegan of Company F, who was originally left at the supply depot and then General Terry sent him with a dispatch to Custer, as Custer was on the way to the Little Bighorn. And he ended up, as he was fighting, he had Birdman come up from behind him, who was riding with Crazy Horse, and Finnegan was facing forward firing his pistol. Birdman said the trooper had his carbine slung across his back, and he hit him from behind in the back of the head and took the carbine. And I hope to have a full history on it, but here is a sling hook up here that would fit with the story from Birdman, that he had that slung across his back. And then we'll go over here to this center carbine here, and once again, this is one that I don't have a history on, and it's 39,000, but it's very well marked. It's issued to Samuel S. Shade. He was Company C private, killed at the Little Bighorn, taken from the battle by Long Bear. You can see his name right here, and so he that's another one I hope to get some history on, because it has lots of writing on it. And as we move down the way here, we have trapdoor carbine serial number 41,082. This was issued to Samuel Staples, and it was taken. He was killed also at the Little Bighorn. He was at Company I, and that was taken by Black Horse. And then we have trapdoor serial number 41,140, and this was issued to James J. Galvin of Company L, and he had broken the stock when I got it. It didn't have the right stock on it, and I put a replacement original stock that I was able to obtain on it, and it has his name very well written here, and they apparently had rawhide or something wrapped around it at one time. And then the next one we have is Springfield Trapdoor 41,331, and that was issued to Henry August Lang, Company E, who was attached to the pack train and was wounded at the battle. The stock was damaged and replaced, and if you see here, here's his initials, the H and the L. All the metal on this gun here is original, it's just the stock has been replaced. And then last, in the very back, it's a Star gun. It's a very special gun. It's already been videoed. That was issued to Henry A. Bailey, the blacksmith of Company I. He was found, his body, away from the rest of them, and it was taken by Red Hawk and Oglala. Then we have a couple Colt serial number, Colt single actions 5551. That was issued to Andrew Connor, Company A, who survived with Reno. The pistol was pulled from his hand by Little Bear, who was riding with Crazy Horse, attacking Reno's men as they came out of the Little Bighorn River. And the second one here is Colt, serial number 6944, issued to Charles Orr, Company C. He was a lucky guy and was left to guard the supply depot at the Yellowstone when the 7th rode off to the Little Bighorn. Years later, at the Wounded Knee Massacre, Orr had the revolver taken from him by Take the Shield, and Take the Shield put his name on it. Well, I hope the case has been made for Custer, ordering his names, the names and companies put on their weapons and other items. Check your weapons and see what you might have. Stay well. God bless.